in the back, the holes in the rear windshield, the canards, all the air tricks down the side of the body. All that stuff works in conjunction. You know,
oh, sure.
9 times out of 10, if you have a unicorn car that doesn't flip at all, at some speed these bodies turn into kites, and the reason being is there is no floor to them. They're, you know, unless you made a second body for underneath.
As soon as you get any air trapped underneath,
correct,
it takes off. It doesn't take very much.
And sometimes, you know, you get there's two kinds. One, there's the didn't even have time, okay?
Yeah.
And then you got the kind of hovering. Okay, I think it's totally gonna go over.
Am I gonna keep it down? Am I gonna keep it down? When do I let out of it? Type thing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
So far, so good.
Rich.
Yes.
I'm going in your car.
Oh.
Way better than my car.
That's so awesome.
I'm telling you, right now.
Oh, that is awesome. That is ridiculously funny. Emma, you're a superstar. She's one heck of an artist. She's an artista.
I'm artista.
Didn't even have time, okay? And I like scones and crepes. Now, what's a crepe? That's a really thin pancake.
Oh, good.
Okay. See, this thing, it goes for like 5 seconds and then it freezes and...
Mine?
Oh, mine.
Oh, okay, good. It's not mine.
Well, it's like a whole minute behind in there. Wow.
Oh my god.
What's up, David Vieira? Mike Isidro, I hope your home's okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. Dennis Coleman, John Campbell. We got 37 on so far. Wait, hold on. I like scones and crepes. I can deliver it again.
That's,
awesome.
That's a little bit of lag.
That's a little bit of lag. Let me turn this down.
Put a flashback in it.
Right? I got a little ripple in my phone. It's really just, I feel like there's somebody behind me going.
Choking you
I'm
out.
artista.
Yeah. I know half of you probably out there would like to be choking me, but whatever.
Artista.
Okay, should we get this going or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, why it's still
What are we
running.
talking about?
What's up?
Tony Cortez, we will go over that in a minute. What's up, Sky? What's up, George? Joe Gomez is in the house. We got Tony Jr. and Tony Sr. What's up, Ricky?
No, it's baby tea.
Ricky. I can't even tell where we're at because I muted it. Now I'm really screwed. I don't know if it's frozen or just muted.
Nope, you're just going. Yes. I'm good, thank you.
Okay, guys. Welcome to episode number 28 of NPRC Talk with 707 Streetcars. As always, I'm your host, Daniel Judd, and my co-host Randy and Ricky couldn't make it tonight due to previous engagements.
They're watching though.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, but okay. What happened to date night, Randy?
Thanks, guys. Thanks for giving me the spot.
Yeah.
Probably under the table.
On with me tonight is a co-host, a 707 guy that's been into it for about a year and a half.
I started this year.
Okay. Rich Levac. I've known him for probably 10 years,
Yeah, about
8
that.
years, something like that. And he's does pretty good in the 707, so I thought I'd have him on tonight, especially since he runs exclusively shark bodies. So, as you can see, tonight is kind of a shark night. Was actually, I Googled the original, or the theme to the original Jaws.
Oh, you did.
And it sounds cool, but the cool part, the dun 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 dun, doesn't start for like 30 seconds, and you're just hearing like people walk around on a dock and stuff. I'm like, did they call this a freaking soundtrack? So that wasn't good work. Anyway, Let's start with some shout outs to some sponsors. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to Paul Peterson. Tonight is your night, brother. I think Paul's running some dirt oval tonight. And he is going to be on the show probably in about, I mean, not on the show, that would be cool, but he lives on the other side of the country. So, yeah, that's not going to be possible. But he's doing really good in his point series out there, and he couldn't miss this race, but he said he'll be chiming in about 8:30 to make fun of me. So, I want to give a huge shout out to Paul Peterson Shark RC Bodies. We started this about 6 months ago. We brought some of his dirt oval bodies and made some changes to them and tried to launch them into the drag world, and they've really taken off. I liked the sleek design. I didn't, you know, some people don't like the flat sides and stuff. I personally like that. I mean, what is air going to go by easier? Something that's like this or something that's like that, you know? And so I liked them, and I put them together, and they have worked really well for me. I have, in the Dust Belt in the Midwest and on the East Coast, I have a ton of people. I've seen more people this year win cash pots at cash days with Shark RC Bodies, whether it be it's Cody Offenbacher. I hope I'm not butchering your name, Cody. A bunch of people. I mean, I could, you know, down in Texas, Oklahoma, New Jersey, upstate New York, Florida, North Carolina, the Canada's made it. One hobby shop up in Canada made like 40 body order, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I mean, they've really taken it off, and I can't take the credit because these are Paul's designs. Granted, it took my mind seeing a hole in a market that, you know, we got some good bodies out there on the market and stuff, but I'm not saying necessarily that I wanted a better body, but I wanted something that was different. You know what I'm saying? And it just, you show up at any track, and it was the same, Super J and the same, you know, Chevy Nova, and they're great bodies, you know. But I just, you know, I'm a Ford guy to the bone, so I have never once ever chosen a GM body over a Ford body. I'm a Ford guy to the bone. I personally. I'll always stand up for GM products because they're American made, but that being said, why get the copycat when you can have the real Henry? So that's just my opinion on it. I love, you know, and that's one thing is I caught the Mustang. The front of this body is just freaking wicked looking. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a snake. And when I first contacted Paul and I talked him into doing this, he said, "So what do you want to do, the Mustang?" And I said, "No." I said, "We can't do that to people. I don't want to be that partisan. I want to be bipartisan. I want the Chevy guys to have something, and the Ford guys to have something, and the Dodge guys to have something." And that's when we came out with the Camaro, the Mustang, and the Plum Crazy, the Challenger body. So a lot of people like them. I've seen one or two people get them and not be able to make them work. I'm not completely convinced it was the body itself, but. You know, to each their own.
They take a little bit of adjusting to, but
they
you
do.
can get them.
They do. I've never had a problem with my body. My body works really good. You know, a lot of people believe in the Shark bodies. I love the Shark bodies, but we'll come back to that. So. Let's give a huge shout out to Troy Schroeder at Phantom RC Products, motors, batteries, all kinds of different RC products. Great stuff. We run it. I run their packs. I run their motors. I know. What do you run? You run a Phantom motor, right?
I run a Phantom motor.
Phantom motor.
In my fastest car, yeah.
You know, it's just really good stuff. We're very lucky to have a sponsor like Troy. I want to give a huge shout out to Milo Carvalho of Flash Packs, Cat Packs. If you don't have a Cat Pack, you don't know what it is. You just got into this and you heard about it. You're looking for one. You have one that keeps blowing up or getting hot and you want a new one. Whatever the case may be, jump on over to Flash Packs, Cat Packs Facebook page, or reach out to Milo Carvalho and pick yourself up a Flash Pack. These Flash Packs are also available at your local hobby shop, Jake's Performance Hobbies at 707-586-3375.
Don't hold that against me.
Again, since he was talking, it's 707-586-3375. Jake's Performance Hobbies. Jake's got a nice chassis out too. You should check it out. That's awesome. You made a balloon.
A trail of M&Ms.
Awesome. Make it less M&Ms. Eat it. Okay. I want to give a huge shout out to Steve Negri, RCRI. Actually, I'm getting ready. I'm right in the middle of trying to buy a plot of land and have a new house built on it. I think I have a piece of land. We're going to go finalize it tomorrow. And that's why stuff's getting jumbled around. I mean, I'm ready to tear all this down and build a shop and have a corner of the shop that just has a nice, you know, setup like this with all our banners on the wall, nice and even, and just have a nice setup for me and the guys in the show.
A little more space.
I know Randy, if Randy was here, he'd want to give a shout out to Jason at Raw Speed. So thank you, Jason, for everything you've done for Randy and Tony and the guys. I know a lot of the guys like the Raw Speed's tires. I want to give a shout out to my other two teammates, Randy Vieira and Ricky Bellotti. If you guys are watching, that is amazing. Sorry you couldn't be here tonight. We had burrito. I got a burrito in my belly.
Burrito.
They were really good. So, do you remember as a kid, you remember Romper Room? And at the end of the show, she'd be like, I see Susie and Bobby and Johnny and Joe. You know, that's how I feel like when I'm calling off names. I see Donald and Ray and Josh and Brian. Brian McAllister, please write back. And does that McAllister have anything to do with the McAllister RC Company? I'd like to know that. Cameron Lipscomb's in the house. What's up, Cameron? He's a buddy of mine in Kentucky. You know, I know that everybody in the United States is aware that we've just had this stupid, horrible fire problem the last 3 years in California. Are we good?
Yeah, David was just trying to call. David, don't call my phone.
David, don't call her phone. Call mine.
Hey, Daddy.
Call me, David.
Hey, Daddy.
Emma, you got to be quiet, okay? Where was I going with it? Oh. And this year, you know, I'd mentioned it that right before Race Wars, the fires got bad. We had some fires up north, about 20 miles from here. You know, sparked back up, and it literally during the day it was like nighttime. It was really eerie out. There was ash in the air. You couldn't breathe, and it sucked. And I had to work in it, and it sucked. Well, we got those put out, and now closer to home, which is right in the same places that everything happened 3 years ago in 2017 is kind of happening all over again. And it's just getting really ridiculous. So my hearts go out to Mike Isidrio and all the people that had to flee their homes. I know Ricky's got some friends. I'm sure Randy's got some friends that had to flee their home. My hat goes off to all the firefighters on the front line, Cal Fire, Santa Rosa Fire, Sonoma County Fire, all the fire. Oh, am I shaking that?
No, Brian got back to you.
Oh, did he?
He's not.
And it's frozen.
He's not related.
Anyway, as always, I want to give a big shout out to law enforcement. I work in law enforcement. My parents are both retired law enforcement. You know, if you don't have law, then you have anarchy, you know? And with all the crap that's going on, the good police officers out there need to know that we still love them and that we care about them and that we got their six. So I want to give a huge shout out to all law enforcement. That's kind of tied into what I've done here tonight that we'll get to in a little while. Something that... No, Brian McAllister is not related. I was sponsored by them in the early 90s.
David, stop calling me.
David.
Seriously, dude.
Well, she's only got 40% in her battery, and I couldn't use mine for something else that's going to happen.
Okay, keep going.
Anyway, so my heart goes out to the firefighters and to the men and women in law enforcement. I want to thank God for allowing us to be able to do this kind of thing. And have, you know, two eyes and two hands that work and to be able to live in the United States and still have jobs and be able to go to earn money to buy this stuff and to do this kind of thing. I think we all kind of at the end of the day need to look in the mirror every now and then and realize that there's people.
We're fortunate.
Yeah, we're very, very fortunate. So
fortunate.
Ricky and Randy, really sucks you guys couldn't make it tonight. Hope you guys are getting done whatever you need to get done, and hopefully we'll see you on the next show. Rich, tell me, so you say you got into it at the beginning of the summer.
Question, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You got into it at the beginning of the season.
Well, what it was is my brother got into it last year, and it was the last race of last year of the season.
Okay.
Last list race, and he raced a couple times before that, and I went with him. I think you remember that. And I showed up. I didn't have a car then, and then over the winter is when I built my first car.
Okay.
LCG chassis, just the other one over
Yeah.
there. Just stock as can be. Put good parts in it, but and then
and I will attest that anybody who doesn't say that a stock / LCG car, hey, Jake's Performance Hobbies at 707-586-3375. Anybody that says that a 2-wheel drive wheelbarrow blue chassis from Traxxas isn't fast, line it next to Rich. I dare you.
Fastest a quick car.
It's a fast car. So, yeah, shark bodies in the house. I got my special one that I showed off. I've not only brought on a sponsor and helped bring these bodies to the boys and girls of the RC world. Sounds like a tweaker riding a freaking lawnmower. Anyway, I've also, aside from with Paul Peterson of Shark Bodies, getting him into the craze and getting everybody else to see what I saw. And then believing in it, and then it catching on to sell. I mean, we've sold hundreds of bodies. I mean, people are loving these things. They're winning races with them. I've also, the most valuable thing to me is I have obtained a awesome friendship with the owner of the company. And that's, to me, that's first and foremost. Screw the cars, you know?
Yeah, whenever I call up, I order a body from him. We sit and talk on the phone for like a half hour or so.
And that's what you're not getting when you go with a mainstream part, and it's like that in real race car racing. If you got, Bob and Dale make custom spindles for road racing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's one or two other companies that are like Summit mills their own or something, but you got to change them. They're not as strong. Those guys got the good ones.
Right.
When you go and you buy their product and you put their sticker on your car, they're going to give you something that the big mainstream companies like Summit and stuff like that won't give you. And what that is an inside racer's edge. And anybody in the world, especially that's just getting into any kind of racing, whether it's real sprint car racing or drag racing or whatever racing, if you can, support a company, get a better product, and then get the support from the racers that built the product to do what the big guys that you want to be doing, that's worth its weight in gold.
This has gone, like, it's blown up since I started getting into it. Like, I was watching it,
and I'd like to think that me, Ricky, and Randy's show really had something to do with it.
There wasn't any information on how to do it before, and to know what to put into these cars to make them go and work, you didn't know where to start. But at least with this show, you have a starting point with everything.
Jasmine Hernandez is killing me, dude. She's our shark racer down in Texas. She does the RC Divas. Anyway, getting back. What's up, Remy? Remington is a buddy of mine. He's in law enforcement. He's the guy that got a hold of me and sent me all the law enforcement patches from his sheriff's department and stuff, and it really meant a lot to me. So I sent him out a 707 hat, and he's just a cool guy. So. Getting back to Shark, the most important thing that I got out of the whole deal was Paul's friendship. And, I'm very much like Paul in the way that when I get close with somebody, I might see something at a garage sale or at an RC show and go, oh, you know what? Rich would love that, dude. And I'll grab it and just set it in here for a week or 2 months or whatever. The next time that person walks through, hey, dude, actually I got you something, And I dig that kind of stuff. That's what I like to incorporate in my friendships. But Paul went above and beyond, and he had this made for me, and this was just really awesome. Everybody knows I'm Dan the Ginger Ale Man, and he had the Mustang body that I ran wrapped in a ginger ale with my name and 707 and all my sponsors put on it and stuff, and it was just really cool. This body will actually never get cut out. This body will just, this is like a trophy to me, so that was really nice. It was kind of my first... eventually in the next year or two, I'd like to, it was a guy I always tell, actually have it right here.
Behind the curtain.
This was big to me. This is, when I was a kid, and I had my first RC-10. Hand me that card behind you.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. When the walls. So when I was a kid, I had one of these guys. If you guys don't know what an RC10 is, happened back in the 80s. Really cool. And it comes with a stock motor. And, you know, like even at 12 years old, we were already looking at hopping them up. How can I make it go faster? And I always thought this was the cool thing. This is a 1986 original new old stock, never run, signature series Joel Magic Johnson stock. Okay? This guy was so good at what he did, his motor sponsor started making signature series, and that's my goal. I want some signature series stuff. This is an original Speedworks Joel Magic Johnson motor. Super, super cool. Yeah, so when I was a kid, I always thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, man, that guy's got his own motor, you know, and here I am, I'm you know, early 40s, and I'm starting to do the same thing, and it feels good. So, Dan just bought that motor for $20 on eBay. No. This motor cost me over $100, and I've had it for a couple years. But they give me shit because they know I love it so much. They're like, great, he's bringing the Joel Johnson out. I have a bunch of them. I have about 13 of them back here.
I think you
here's an original slot machine.
A couple of those out before, yeah.
Yeah, here's a slot machine and all kinds of stuff. What we're gonna do, Ricky's kind of, for the last year, every time he come over, he kind of, because I know he loves RC10s. He grew up with them too, and he's kind of always eyeball one or two I had kicking around here. And recently, Ricky got the itch up his butt to, I don't know, take over the Western Hemisphere of RC10s. He must own like 40 of them. Dude.
I know, I've seen a picture.
They're all over his house. He doesn't have, he doesn't have end tables or a couch or a TV, but I guarantee you, if you want to look at an RC10, he's got all of them, okay? No, really though, Ricky's got a beautiful collection. Randy's into it. And I think that if it's okay with the guys, maybe next week we'll do like a vintage night. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to do it on a night where we could line them all up at Kelly's and come out the night before and prep the track and then run a bunch of them. I
was over there today looking at the track.
How bad is it?
It's actually pretty good. He scraped the front stretch over by the podium, the driver's stand, and built up the berms. But he wants to make removable jumps.
Okay.
So
you can change the track up. I want to give a shout out to Kelly. Kelly is the owner of Petaluma Muffler Works. He's been a friend of mine for 30 years. He is just the guy with the biggest heart. I'm so proud to have him as a friend. Kelly, if you're watching, we love you, brother.
Yeah, he's all right.
How many people we got watching?
71.
Only 70 something.
Only?
Rick Turner.
Yeah.
Rick Turner, I hope you're doing good. I know he had some medical stuff going on today.
Oh yeah, I think he had a surgery or something on I don't know, a joint or something. Yeah, Rick Turner, when you see this, because I know you'll probably end up watching it if
He's
not
watching
tonight.
right now.
Oh, is he? Oh, what's up, Rick? Rick Turner's a feller we race with, really nice guy. Helps out whenever he can. Yeah, so we wish Rick Turner a speedy recovery. You know, we've been talking for months and months and months about the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to close this.
You're having like a quinceanera outside or what?
There you go. Okay. So, and, you know, for like a month while we were starting these shows out, you know, we started talking about, amongst me, Ricky and Randy, about having a big race. And at the same time, I was also brewing this other idea of wanting to give back somehow. And that's when we incorporated this big race we wanted to have with the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And we put them together, and we waited months and months, and we planned for it, and we talked about it, and we had it, and we raised a butt ton of money, and we donated episode before last, I believe, and it really made a difference. And I actually heard back from St. Jude's. Didn't mean to do that, sent it in totally anonymous, but in case it got lost, I did put my return address on it with the heading 707 streetcars. And it says, Dear friends of St. Jude's, thank you so much. Your gift of $3,226 on September 2020 helps further the life-saving mission of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital for kids battling childhood cancer and other deadly diseases. I'm so grateful for your generosity and support for St. Jude's kids like Hadley. When Hadley was diagnosed with leukemia, she and her family were referred to St. Jude's for her treatment and care. And because of friends like 707 Streetcars, her family will never receive a bill from St. Jude's for anything, not for treatment, travel, housing, or food. Because we believe all a family should worry about is helping their children live. Hadley's family is so thankful for the generosity like yours that helps make St. Jude's place where hope lives, said her mom. There is just so much hope here. St. Jude's has forever changed us, and the donors that give, they are the true key that allows us to focus on Hadley while we were here. Yada, yada, yada. Thank you guys so much. And it was... It says, P.S. In times of uncertainty, like right now with COVID, you went above and beyond for our precious children. Thank you for your generosity and compassion, 707 Streetcars. So...
That's to all you guys.
Yeah, that's to everybody that everybody that showed up, all my sponsors and everybody that Ricky and Randy reached out to. Again, I'm a firm believer. I'm old school. I'm an old school country boy, and I believe that if you have to film giving a homeless person a meal, then did you really help them? Or did you do that to help them?
Hey, man,
you know what I'm talking about.
I know,
you know what I'm saying? And we did not set out to do it to gain any face or to get any recognition from anybody or anything. We just simply... We simply wanted to give back to the children. So, I didn't expect to hear back from them. I didn't expect anything from them. But to get this letter, I know that Ricky and Randy, I just got it yesterday in the mail. And I kind of was going to surprise them, and then they couldn't make it. So, I hope that this means as much to me, Ricky and Randy, as it does...
to you as it does.
Yeah, yes, okay.
Way to get to the point.
You're welcome.
So very cool. I'm going to file this. I actually have a file now of stuff that have, people that all over the world at this point have reached out and wrote us letters or sent us patches or sent us this or, donated this or just wrote us a letter just to say thanks, man. I was down and out, and RC Cars kind of picked my head up, and I got into drag racing, and you guys really helped me put it together, and the car works. I'm having fun. Thank you. You know, and that stuff means a lot to me. So this is going to go in our file right now.
There is definitely a broad, big audience here.
78
you guys,
people.
Like all over.
Well,
and
you know what?
Hear about it from,
our first 10 videos did a lot better than the videos today. Now, we still get good watches. They'll be, like right now, I think my phone kicked it off.
You have 79 viewers.
Yeah, see, my phone just said, you know what? I don't think you need to watch it anymore, and just kind of just kicked me out of it.
I'm filming you guys on my iPad right now.
Are you really?
It's been 4 minutes.
Anyway, so when we started this, I think it was like the first one. I figured, you know what? Maybe we'll get 25, 30 viewers. Maybe a week or two out, we'll have a couple hundred views. The first night we had almost 150 viewers live, which is cool, but it definitely wasn't big time, and that was okay because we weren't doing it to be big. We were doing it to help the little guy that was getting horrible at freaking Vice on the internet, which is something I'm starting to see again. And I'm not talking horrible advice. It's like I do it one way and somebody does it another way. I mean, there's like my way and somebody else's way and this guy's way, and then that guy over there who's singing his bicycle a vegan poem, and I'm like, why did you tell the guy that? You know what I'm saying? So that's why we did it, to eliminate that kind of stuff, because a lot of you guys, they can't afford 6 cars, they can't afford a backup speed control and a backup part, and they want to buy what they have to get the car running.
You blow up an ESC, that hurts.
It does.
Is David finally calling your phone?
Damn you, Paul. What's up, Paul? You are live on my show right now.
What's that?
I said you're live on the show right now. I'm doing the show, buddy.
Live? Whoa, how am I live on the show?
Well, because I have you on speakerphone and we're filming the show right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What the heck's that about, man?
I'd say, what, are you drunk or high? But I know that you don't drink, so.
I'm filming it too.
What are you talking about? I don't
Emma.
know anything that's going on here. Why am I live on the show?
I think that you're live because we
Randy
had
says
something to
it's
show
not your
people
show.
tonight or something.
What? What is that about?
You don't remember what? Are you watching the show right now?
Oh, man.
Are you watching the show or are you just calling me?
I don't know.
Oh.
He's talking
okay.
to you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Hey, are we dorking it or are we just playing stupid for all you people at home? Hey, Paul, are you ready to show these guys what's up? Oh, you are watching it. I can hear it in the background.
I didn't know. Man. We should just go.
So criminal cover up, 0 skills.
Yeah, right.
So
There's a delay on this, dude.
So like I said, we blew the top off of it with Shark RC bodies. There were some people out there that were really into the thing because they wanted, you know, side detail and an error body and something that looked more real. And I got together with Paul, and in the last couple months, we think that we have picked the vehicle that Paul had emulated for his molds to produce the NPRC world yet and again another killer product. And I would like to introduce to you, actually, I'm going to have Paul. Paul, why don't you tell him what the name of this... Okay. So...
I'll get off the phone now. You can just...
This is... Well, hold on, I got a couple questions for you. So, there's also a surprise, too, in that. How many do you have made right now?
About 25, I think.
Okay, about 25.
About another 25 tomorrow.
Okay, so we're talking 50 bodies already in stock. Something that you still haven't seen yet. I know you're just like, dude, I'll throw a brick at you. Just show me the body, okay? The people that are watching this show are faithful Shark followers. Will have a chance to get in on this first 50. So, without further ado, let's show them and introduce them.
Hold on, let's
Yep.
hold
Okay. Oh, do you not want to do this tonight? Should we wait till next week? Oh.
on. Anybody that actually has supported the Shark Show, the Shark Bodies, through your show, I just wanted to introduce the bodies, this body right now, so anybody who's watching this has first dibs on these first batch. So I would say that I appreciate everybody who supports Shark. So this is one way of just showing my appreciation, giving you guys first dibs at the body. So
You ready?
Rub it.
You ready,
yeah,
Paul?
you bet. Yep.
Paul, why don't you tell them right now since they can hear you? What's the name of this body?
It's called the Scarecrow.
This is the Scarecrow, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 1972 Scarecrow. And I think that with the prototype quick paint job, just to show you, I know exactly for you true Street Outlaw fans what car this emulates. This is months of hard work by Paul Peterson and endless phone calls and blood, sweat, and tears. Now, granted, what you see here is a prototype. The stripes are not painted on. The decals are ready, but he wasn't able to get... He lives on the other side of the country. He wasn't able to get me them. There's a lot of detail on this car we'll go over. This is it. This is the fully detailed down the side, narrower version of a Shark RC body, which is not the last. This is the first of many more to come. You know, we obviously release them a little bit slower than bigger companies. Bigger companies have the capital.
Can you see down the side of it?
Mm-hmm.
Bigger companies have the capital to, you know, pump these things out. The molds for these have to be 5-axis CNC machined, and they have to be designed on AutoCAD and beforehand. And it's a very lengthy, expensive-ass project. So when people are like, hey, make this, make that. Remember I said a couple of shows ago, I'm like, what do you think? You tell him what to make, and he goes in his shed with his 10 snips and comes out and has a freaking Porsche body? No, it doesn't work like that. So this is a copy of a car that's on Street Outlaws. This is, I thought, you know, Paul, we got to do the one car all these guys are doing this based off of Street Outlaws. The show started all of this in RC. So what's the one car to me that just has always been kind of my guy that I'm like, man, that guy's badass. I'm betting on him. You know what I'm saying? He's just my guy. And this is what we came up with. As you can see, the front end is very, very detailed. It has the hood scoops.
Show us the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember to tell people, because they want side detail, we have a door handle. Okay?
We have door handles. Yeah. We were going to name the body narrow-minded, but we decided to go with the Scarecrow. The car has the same cleats in the quarter and the fender that the real car does. It's got door handles. It's got a back end with a bumper in it. It's got a molded bumper in it. Now, granted, this car that's under it is my car, and my car is extremely, extremely wide. And as you can see, my car is on the ragged edge of being too wide for the body. This body is designed to normally go after the narrow guys, the guys that really want something new and something badass. Well, here's the newest, most badass thing on the market. They'll be available for order as soon as you can pick up and email Shark RC Bodies. And how do you know to do it? How can we get these first 50 bodies sold by the end of the show? Is because the people watching right now, they're going to get in on this. This hasn't even hit the market yet, and they're made. I really wish I had the. Hey Paul, can I show them the picture so they can see what the headlights and stuff look like on the other one?
Yeah, did I send you that?
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna hold the flyer on my Facebook page.
Okay, so Paul Peterson. Paul Peterson, are you gonna hang up right now?
Yeah, you go ahead and you can describe this and stuff, and I'll just get off the phone because then you can.
If he says anything wrong, you can just call him back.
Okay, Paul. Paul Peterson, like he just said, I don't know if you guys could hear, he's gonna go make this live on the site right now. This is the body release party by Shark RC Bodies. The next one's gonna be badass, like a mofo too. But this right here, this is what we got. Paul, I love you. Have a great night, great work, and I'll be talking to you soon, brother.
All right, get back.
All right, buddy. Okay, so if you want to zoom here, if you want to show that shows the decals that didn't make it to my house in time. That is the body you're looking for in the ad that he's about to put up. They make this in street stock size too for 110 scale bodies or 110 scale cars for all you dirt oval guys that want to run dirt oval with something badass and new. For all you guys that have RC10s laying around, you want to, do something different with them. It'll, an RC10 will fit under it. But this one here is the short course truck length NPRC drag body. Here, I got more pictures of it.
Turn the phone sideways.
It might not. Sometimes you turn it sideways and they get narrow.
Yeah, but it makes it kind of blurry because it's camera to camera.
Can you flip your phone up and read out any questions we might have? And as I was talking earlier in the night about Back in the Blue, and I come from law enforcement, as you can see on the rear spoiler, what this theme was for me. It was Blue Lives Matter. So, can I get any questions on the body? Paul knocked that body out of the park. Great job. Very nice, Paul. Nice stuff, Paul. Looks so heavy, but looks good. This body, when he sent me not only is it considerably smaller than the other Shark body, but when I got it in the box, I'm like, did he forget to put it in the box? It is freaking light. So it's still 040. As you can see, there's a huge size difference. So it is shorter, it is narrower, and it is a hell of a lot lighter. So
shorter.
Granted, what you see here, there's a couple little things he's still perfecting with his air boxes and stuff to make them even better. This is a prototype. This was the first car off the mold. He sent it out to California for me. So again, Paul, I've stuck with you. I know that we're like-minded. We become friends, and hard work and talking to you every night and bullshitting with you, and it's really, really, really paid off. I mean, look what our two brains put together. And then he you know, we talked about it and talked about it. What body should we could do? We went around the block of the RC world and the real automotive world, and I was like, dude, that's just out of the 3 or 5 that we should do. This is the one that's got to be next. This is the one. And I'm so surprised that nobody, after all the freaking bodies people have put out, nobody's jumped on this. This is one of the biggest things that made the show. This is the reason why a lot of us freaking watch it, you know?
Somebody's asking about the link.
What's the link? Yeah.
The what?
The link so they can order this.
I usually just get a hold of Paul on Facebook.
Didn't he say he was going to go on the...
He's going to go on to the Shark RC Bodies Facebook page and put the ad up. So contact him through the Facebook page. If there's a link there to email him, you can do that. I believe that there is an email link on there. A lot of people order through email, but you can message him and order one right through Facebook. I
don't think the wings are included in the body. You have to buy those separate. He does sell them.
No, these are going to be the same things. The fact that the body's going to sell for $49.99, and then the spoilers a couple extra, couple bucks, and the front decals are a couple extra bucks. You're going to want these decals. These decals make it look like Justin Shear's Crow. It really, especially with, I mean, this is the first one we've ever actually had scalloped out, and I'm going to have a guy next week do the scallops like the colorful kind of rainbowy ones that he has on there, but for right now I needed to have something that looked decent, so I went down to the automotive store and got some pinstripe and just laid them out really quick. So just to kind of give you guys the idea of the car. And I know that I was limited in a rush. I with work, I couldn't make it up. Jake's closes at 5. I walk in the door at 5:15. There's no way I would have made it another 20 miles or 15 miles up the freeway. I had black. So I think if I had painted it white or silver or something, you guys would see the details better. The car's details are great. It's got great details. So no, the spoiler and the decals will be sold just like the other bodies. You know, are they a couple extra bodies more than a Proline or a J Concepts? Yeah, but at race day, you get what you pay for, you know? Do you want just a body who you're just a number 2? Yeah, you bought a body from us, big deal. Or do you want a cutting edge body that everybody's just rooting for, and, you know, or that works really well, and you got a guy that built the body that's going to go, yeah, you know, my racer does this, or I've seen that, and, you know, he talks to you. No, you don't want to mount it like that. What you want to do is, I've heard of 10 or 15 times where Paul has walked people through an hour over the phone on how to mount their bodies, newer guys, you know. Yeah. I'm not saying hound Paul for everything, but Paul is there to help his faithful followers. So it's a steel roof and quarters. It's a true street car.
It's not heavy by all means. It's
Freddie.
not heavy by all means.
Ricky said, "I'm finally." That's what I meant. I never ever would go with a GM product, but I had to. It's too cool not to. So I still will run my other bodies. I'm in the testing stage of this one. I think maybe we'll go do a couple rips with it after the show. Like I said, though, man, it's lighter. It is blunt nose. It's got a short front end. It's just all the things that I like, and those are the things Paul said, what do you want in a body? I said, I want something that's a brick wall in the front, maybe with a little lip. That's exactly what he gave me.
He's got that same one as that Mustang body.
Exactly. It's the same kind of as the Parma Mustang body. And then he's all, well, what else? And I said, well, from the center line of the front wheel, or from the front of the wheel well, I want the front of the body to be really short, as short as possible. I want it to be short and flat and all hanging out the back, and that's exactly what he gave me here. So, I'm really proud of it. Again, if this isn't for you and you don't like it, that's okay. But for the Shark guys and the guys that want something new, this is what we've come up with. It is a 1972 remote control car body that is called the Scarecrow. And Paul's got a really wicked rendition of it with a wrap on it with a nasty looking scarecrow, and it's just a cool wrap, and it's a cool color. I like it. Tony and Ricky are having typing contests to see.
Oh, are they having a fight?
Okay,
Poor
so
bromance.
Paul Peterson, Trouble in Paradise. Paul Peterson says it is posted on the Shark Facebook page now. Go get you one. Paul, I want a call later tonight to see how we did.
I'm going to be ordering 2 more bodies from you. Mine are all beat up.
Yes, Frank. It is Rich Levac. He just said Rich
Couldn't
Levac.
recognize me?
He said Rich Levac with question marks. I don't know. Well, hold on, let's
You
see.
probably didn't know.
Hold on, look at me. Let's see your race face now. See, there it is. That maybe recognize me now. You know. I want to say what's up to our sister county MPRC league up north, Lake, and Mendo, and all those guys up there.
Number 1.
Frank and all the guys up there, Lalu and I hope I'm saying his name. I always mess his name up.
Uli.
What?
Uli.
Okay, Uli. So it's a silent L?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the way I heard him say it, and that's how when I met him up there. When I started racing up there in Lake County, good bunch of guys.
Yeah, no, they are. They've always been,
they got a lot faster.
They're just really nice guys. They really are.
They were 12 turns slow when I got there. Now they're
It's
fast.
nice to know that. Maybe I don't ever want to get political on my show, but with that being said, with all due respect,
Now here we go.
Oh no! I told you to get it all out.
with
Here,
all the
Do you need an American flag?
with a lot of the stuff that happens in the state of California, with a lot of the liberalism that I don't agree with, it's nice to know that I'm in a sport where it's filled with a bunch of nice guys. It's really nice. It's really cool, you know. Every now and then you'll get the jive turkey. You need to, I don't want to talk to you anymore, you know. But for the most part, I mean, whether we're racing Sacramento or we're racing up north, or people have come in from out of state, like at Race Wars. I mean, I've just it seems to be a majority of these guys are just a good group of guys. So,
How's those Pringles, Emma?
I cut the hood scoops out myself. I was looking at them and I was like, you know what? I don't want to just give the air a path to get through, but there's 2 cool things. Number 1, there's not a whole lot of air that's going through there. And number 2, where those scoops go, it is pointed right at my speed control.
They're asking if the hood is flat.
I just put a hole in it with my Dremel bit and then worked it over and then came back and deburred it. And I just think it's bitching. So I love this body.
It's supposed to have holes in there, so.
What's that?
It's supposed to have holes.
Yeah, they're freaking hood scoops, yo. So I love them. I think they're cool.
So shiny.
Yes, Carson, it is out to buy yet. You can go to Shark RC Bodies Facebook page. You can either message him there or message him through the email and put your order in. You guys, the reason why Paul decided to make 50 bodies, because even though he's going to sell hundreds of these, he wanted to give the first 50 guys that watch our show every week and run Shark Bodies and have believed in him, have been standing right there with our chins up in the air and behind me on the curb, having my back with these Shark Bodies. And he wanted to give them an opportunity while watching the show to go over on their girlfriend's phone or log out of Facebook for 10 minutes and
use her bank account, I'm sure.
And get one order. Okay, you know what, guys? That's a really good shot of that. Look at that.
That is. It looks sharp. I like
Yeah,
that body.
it's a good looking body. Sure. It really is. He killed it. It's the reason why not only did I not have I have a bunch of colors, but nothing. I wasn't going to paint it blue or pink or red, or it's either got to be black or it's got to be white to me. It's still the Gunslinger. The Gunslinger is under there. I have a new car coming. That I'm going to be releasing in the next week or 2. That's everything I've learned in the last year and some custom stuff and just a bunch of awesome stuff. But
I know
the reason why
talking, not me.
I know. I'm just trying to
black
put on the
is
car.
a son of a gun because it is Lexan, and if you wipe it down too many times over a while,
look at the top of that one.
It will get streaks. As you can see, black bodies, once they get worn, they show everything. However, with that being said, I always want, even Justin Shear's car on the show has a clear front window, and all his windows are murdered out. So if I do it black, I can mask the one front window and go chut, chut, chut with black paint really lightly and have a super black, a super lightweight paint job. And there's hardly any paint on. There's more, here, watch this. There's more flake on it. Can you see that at all in the, if you get down closer on it? There's more flake on the thing than there is paint. And it just shines up like a penny. But again, this was just a body to get out to me so we could bring it to market. I didn't have, between work, I've been working 10-hour days and 100-degree days at work, and I got this thing. I want to say I got it Tuesday. No, I got it Monday. And it was too late to do anything, or so I thought, and then I still came out and mounted it on the car. It's like, shit, it's 11, I gotta go to bed. Then the next night, I don't do anything on Tuesday nights because that's my dinner date night with my daughter. So Wednesday night, I came home, I knew exactly what I was gonna do. I had to stop on the way home, get some rabbit food, got some rabbit food, came home, threw it on the counter, didn't even take my work clothes or anything off, and I just went to work on this body. The spoiler is a one-off custom. It's got holes drilled in it that I have the ability to use to do different things. We're prototyping the back end of this thing. We want to be able to water jet out a spoiler that's kind of like this one that you can do different things, or you can mod the side dams, or you can make it longer or shorter. All our little shark tricks that we do that other bodies don't do, other body manufacturers, is going to be incorporated in the spoiler for this thing. So but I wanted to get it to market. I wanted to get some of these bodies out there. I'm really, really proud of it. I'm really proud of Paul. Fairy dust is my trademark. That's what we call it, fairy dust. Oh, here, this one's for Ricky. Ricky. Can you see that right there? Emma, what is that?
Unicorn.
Yeah? And what does the unicorn do?
Makes power.
And what is this car?
One bad bitch.
Oh my.
Yeah, I guess it's that, Emma. That was all for Ricky. Just too awesome. So, tell me, we got 63 people on here. Tell me what you guys think. Is it not for you? Does it look cool? Does it? I mean, it's. A lot of the people that use shark bodies, and a lot of people that didn't want, because they didn't want the wide body, they didn't want the side. We tried to put everybody's opinion in this body. Yeah, Noe says that too.
No.
Noe's pretty cute when she said it, because she doesn't really get. She kind of smirks and she's like, haha. And then Noe's just like riding on her scooter. Noe, what's Daddy's car? That's one bad bitch. I was like, oh my god, this kid is just too much. Noelani's a cutie, dude.
Oh my gosh, she looked kind of like me when I was a baby.
Oh yeah.
With the hair.
Rick Umbrino says he's ordering 2 as we speak. Looks cool, but I think the roof line is too tall. You know what? Check this out. I actually noticed a couple things like that when he sent me the body, and the more I looked at Justin Shear's car from the side, that's exactly what this year GTO looks like. It's got a long front end, it's got a short back end, and it's got a tall cab. I actually have some pictures of it. Look at this picture.
Here.
Tall cab, right?
Yeah, that's
so look,
looks like it.
Long nose, tall cab.
I don't think it's that tall.
I don't either. I think it looks awesome. But if you notice,
put her sideways.
Hold on. Oh, the car's pointing the wrong way. As you can see,
I was gonna say flip your phone.
you need to quit smoking that shit there, brother.
I'm telling you, bro. That's funny.
Yeah, but it does. It's got a long nose and a short little back. It's got a kind of a rounded early 70s back. The Ford Torino had it. I know Chevy's like Chevelles had them and stuff like that. And it has a big tall roof line. That's just how the cars are made. So this car can't be too far off the real one because, I mean, they really got in depth with the 3D
But
stuff.
it still keeps its height in the back, though.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not getting that drastic down swoop into your wing. Which some of these cars can't handle that drastic, aggressive wing. Like one of them I had to flatten out.
Rakolski, Freeman, Parker. Keep refreshing it, man. It's on the site. Frank said, send me 2 bodies now. Alston Gibson, mine caught fire. How did yours catch fire, buddy? How did that happen? Hooked the battery up wrong. I don't know.
What caught fire? The body?
Bobby, I'm going to assume he's from Texas because his profile picture is a picture of the state of Texas. It says sick. It's sick as fuck. I mean, it's sick AF. Sorry, air fuel, right?
Air fuel.
It's air fuel mixture. What's up, Randy? Oh, the viewers went back up too. I really like it. I'm really proud of it. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be super fast. Again, if you have a DR10 or one of the, what is the 5 aero body or chassis or whatever, stuff that a lot of those cars that are narrower, this car, as you can see, my car's a wide car, and my wheels, I mean, I got a 1/4 inch inset, and that's it. I mean, this thing is a lot. Let's see if we can.
I'll cover it up.
Can you see the difference there?
That'll fit right inside there.
Yeah, it'll fit on it.
So
It's
what
a
you were
wolf in
saying,
sheep's clothing.
about the length of it, it's really not that much shorter.
No. The
But
width.
the width is.
The width
But you were
is.
talking about the length too when you held them up.
Yeah, it is.
It's not that
if
much
you look
shorter,
at,
but
if you
this
look
has
at,
got weight, so don't put weight on it on the nose.
yeah, it's about 1 3/4 inches shorter.
That's
So,
not much.
and the reason why I did it, you can actually see the shape of the body when I do that. You can see how the back is kind of curved out, and oh, we got Paul chiming back in. Hold on a sec.
Watch your hands, Emma.
Dick's Pizza. If you love pizza, you'll love Dick.
I don't
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Guess he
Hello?
doesn't. Guess he doesn't like pizza.
Oh.
You say don't like these?
Yeah, I like it when I get a crappy call from Facebook, and then Facebook wants me to rate it 1 to 5 stars. Like, do you have this star? You know,
Cancel.
I'll just call him on his phone. I like it. Whoa! Oh, Emma. I thought I was like, hey, cuz you got a cat because something licking me. Hey, what's up, baby?
My God,
Okay.
you did not. Just say that. You didn't lick his foot, did you? Oh, my. Ew.
Okay. Clear the table off.
Clear the table off.
Clear the table up, except... Yeah. No, we'll do that right now. So what we want to do, is that what you're going to call and tell me, or you got something else?
We're going to drive it off the table?
Okay. I'll give you a call tomorrow, okay, Paulie? All right, bud, bye. Okay, so somebody said, I'm really having a hard time on my screen seeing the contrast between the black and the black. So what we're going to do...
Oh, take this off.
is we're going to take the 707 streetcars.
Also, too, it's probably the quality of the phone.
Can you see the contrast of it a little better? Some of the body lines and stuff.
What the hell?
There are some ledges that come out and then swoop up like the real car. That line is kind of being covered over by this pinstriping. It is what it is. The body line, just like the real car. So on Justin Shear's car, I don't know if some people know this, but the scallop itself on the side, the GTO Judge decal, it starts at, follows a body crease, and then just past the door line into the door, that line stops. And then it starts again over the rear quarter panel and does the same thing. And that's kind of what those GTO lines are trying to follow. I can move it around. I can. Oh, I should have made a turntable. That'd have been dope, bro.
It's a work stand.
Every car I had that was just dialed did that. Stays back, stays forward, stays back.
Were you
Stays forward.
sneaking around down there?
I mean, this was quick as it did not take long. It took me about 3 minutes to tape the front window, and I was outside shooting it in my shorts. Shirt off, standing at the curb.
I'm curious to see how it'll work.
It's gonna work good.
Right out of the gate. Put it down and run it.
Yeah, where's my phone?
I don't know which.
Oh, I'm sitting on it. I don't know how the hell it got there. So the gentleman that couldn't see... You're filming with Potato Jamie? What does that mean? Tony?
I have no idea.
Definitely going to be the new beef mobile. I'm like, yeah. So I will say this.
It looks tough. It looks solid for sure. I mean,
it's you know it is an early '70s GM car, and like all other GM cars of that era, even though they were shaped a little different, the cab, the back end, the swoop in the back of the bodies, it all kind of looked the same.
Well, even like this, like got the nice crease in here to keep that nice and stiff right there. So
Correct.
You don't get that flex sucking into the tires.
Yeah. Now this body, I put 2 little pieces of Lexan in it just to hold the quarter panels out like an 1/8 inch more on either side, just because my car is super jumbo wide, and 90% of guys out there aren't running that wide of a car. So,
you're running bandits in the rear, right? Bandit length.
Correct, but then I don't run a 3 or I think it's 4 millimeter offset wheel that offsets over the arm.
Yeah.
I run a 21.5 that sticks it out. So whether you're running a 4 mil in slash arms or you're running banded arms and the 21.5, it's still the same.
Still the same. Yeah.
I could run the flat nose or the flat wheels that are inset towards the car and put a slash arm back on it and be the same way. You know.
Right.
So. But I think that I'd love, it's one of the reasons why I was hoping Randy and Rick, I don't have any Associated cars. This is going to be great for the Associated guys. I think
they're narrower.
They're much narrower, and they're not going to have to do a freaking thing to this. If you don't like the body bends, you don't have to put them in there. You know, but I mean, I personally...
I like the bends because it acts like a canard. It helps for
I kind of like how this looks wrapped under and this looks flared out. I think it kind of makes it look like a pit bull, you know? Kind of pit bully looking.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You want another ginger ale?
I would love one. There's one over there. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, as all other bodies, Cameron, it comes with a film on the outside. I have a brand new body in there. It's a Mustang, but it has the... So, most other body manufacturers, their film on the outside is like a light blue or it's clear.
Or clear, yeah.
And... Shark isn't the only one that's ever used the fogged body or Lexan covering. That is a Lexan covering that comes from the one Lexan supplier that he can get his bodies or his Lexan through, and that's why it has that. So it makes it maybe that much more. But if you go back and watch our other video when we first started dropping Shark bodies. And I did one where I had a body that was just drilled just to make it faster for the video, but it was uncut and everything. I actually set 2 flashlights on either side, and the shadows pinpoint where the posts are, and you get it perfectly near or perfectly centered, and you get it perfectly, front and back, and then you mark all your markings, and a big thing is as long as you can get the front to back perfect with the wheel wells where you want them and it looks right, and you have it perfectly centered, so 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here instead of 3/8 and an 1/8 over here, you want it centered as best you can. Always get the 2 front on. Once you get the 2 front on and they're true, that will set the tone for the rest of the body. You'll still have to pick the back of the body up and move it straight, but it ain't going to be moving all around like the front ones will. So always start at the front, work your way back. So, And I seen a guy a couple days ago. He had just parted. It was actually a shark body, and he had his wheels back here and back here. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, dude, you got it. You got to.
I've done that too.
You got to move the body back. I'd always rather have my front wheels stuffed up into the front end and have the body hanging over out the back.
I put mine forward to leave little back here, so the wing was more over the back tire.
That wheel should have been about right there.
And that's why I had.
And you're right. It does on the old shark bodies. It hangs just a ton of real estate out the back. You know?
So it needed to get the wing closer
now,
to the rear.
Are you slash arms in the back of that?
These are bandit in the rear and slash in the front.
Look at this. Look at your centering.
Because my mount's bent.
Oh, okay.
It's all tweaked.
Never mind. Listen to me.
This thing's been over on its lid so many times in the last few weeks that. Paul, it's time for a couple of new bodies.
Some Bisquick paint jobs. Chapstick works good too if you want to do something on the top of the body posts. See, the only problem that okay, so one way to do this is almost like when you're trying to mount a body that hasn't been drilled and mounted. Like this one right here. This is an Andy's body for an RC10. Oh no, it's a brand new wing that fell. But it has not been cut out and it has not been drilled. And even though it's solid and I can't see through it, I can't use the light trick like I talked about. One of the tricks that older racers use is they'll put, peanut butter or chapstick or something on the very tip of the body mount and get this thing just perfect and then touch it. The only problem is wherever you touch it is going to make the marks for you to drill. And if you're off a little bit and you don't know it, you just drilled it in the wrong spot. So if you're going to do it that way, I'd almost say flip the car over and make your markings on the inside somehow. But it's really, really easy, guys. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's
just do this one.
So let's move the gunslinger over.
Try not knocking that over on me.
So let me see that light up there, Jamie. And Emma, can you go back over to your seat, please?
Yep.
And then on your way there, grab me that light right there, baby girl. So, do you have this area?
Yep.
As you can see, you can still kind of see that Zin can in there. But now you can really see that Zin can in there. So flashlights are your friends.
Let's see if you can see it on here.
And if you see, let's say this was a body mount. You see what happens there?
David, stop.
Can you see my finger right there? Pretend my finger is the body mount. The shadows are pinpointing exactly where it needs to be touched. Or exactly where so I'd come in here and I'd mark that with my pen. So in this way, with the light shining in, you can see where the body, if your wheel is up against this side and it's all hanging over that side, then you know you need to center it first. Another tall tale sign is once you've marked it, if you think it's perfect, look at the body. If you know that you've got body mounts that are symmetrical, that are the same on the exact same sides, and you are a ½ inch away from this body line here, and you're right on it over here, then you know your body's off. Because these bodies... Yeah, there you go.
You might need to put it up on something.
No, just put it on my car.
You might need to put it up on something because the body's... the tire.
Lift it up. Still not enough. Okay. Perfect. Freaking bull in the china shop over here. That's fine. You're gonna have to move them around to get them where you can see them, but this thing's way up in the air, so I can't get the body.
You can see it.
Yeah, you can see them. I mean,
Whose body is that?
they're right there. That's almost right damn near on the body line.
Yeah.
Whose body is that?
This one's probably gonna be yours, Emma. We're going full shark, baby.
I want this same blue car as you?
Is that one thing Jake's got in stock now?
This, yeah. They actually work pretty good.
It doesn't have a readout, so what does it work off your phone? Okay.
Yeah, you download the app, and then you go on there.
And what's it do? Just mile per hour?
Well, no. You can adjust. It's for different types of tracks. You could do a time trials. You could do flat out just distance.
Okay.
You can adjust your distance to any footage you want. Like this one's set for 132 in my phone.
Okay.
132 feet. It gives you G-force.
Oh,
on
really?
Your launch. Then I'm sure it's not accurate.
Okay.
But
well, I didn't know that.
It gives you some, and then it gives you.
Is Hunter and Tim from Jake's Performance Hobbies watching?
It gives you your top speed at 132 feet. It clocks it at that, and then it gives you your time, which can probably vary because you're dealing with like 12 satellites at a time.
Yeah.
But
don't move the camera. That thing looked bad. I don't know if we have Hunter or Tim or Jake for that matter watching.
But I like it. It works pretty good. I mean, it gets you consistent.
Well, I didn't know it did that. I thought it was just a GPS for mile per hour.
No, I had one of the other ones, and it's just top speed.
Who makes it?
Sky RC.
It is Sky RC. Okay. Because I have their GPS, and it sucks. And you know why? The product itself works.
It's the bigger one, right?
Yeah, the product itself works great.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're only doing 132 feet, there's a distance at which it pings and gets its signal. Well, the Sky RC GPS only pings like, let's say, I don't know, 5 times every second.
I have both of them, and just the one that reads your top speed doesn't have as many. It doesn't bounce off as many satellites. This picks up. It tells you how many satellites you have.
Oh, really?
Connected to.
Well, here's the problem.
From 8 to
here's the problem.
15.
When I got it, I tested it out in my truck. I just had it in my center console, and I was on the freeway, and it was working great. I was like, wow, this thing's, I'm looking at my speedometer, it's dead accurate, you know? So I put it in my RC car, and I go out, and I do a hit, and get back, 37 miles an hour.
Yeah,
I'm like, get the hell out of here. It was too quick.
Not enough time.
So I did it again, 64.4. Yeah. You know, I'm like, okay, now that sounds like right. Next one, 23.6. I'm like, what? So it's not, you need, I don't know what the mathematical equation is for it, but if it's, it pings to whatever satellite it's hitting 5 times a second, there's other ones on the market that ping 30 times a second. You know
this one's pretty accurate. It's pretty good. And I like the 3 features on it. It gives you a graph that you could see your G-force where it picks up to the peak and then drops off and then picks up again.
Chris Silva, he says it's not very accurate, but it's consistent. Are you talking about this system here?
Yes.
Or the other Sky RC GPS that I have? I think I have it right here.
He's talking about this, and this one, it's consistently the same readout, so you're not getting.
It's consistently fucked up.
If it reads 59 miles an hour, you can be anywhere from 57 to 61. So. I mean, but it does that consistently, so you can do something to your car and see if you've made a change for the better or not.
Where's the one I got?
It's like Mary Poppins' bag.
Bigger than that, isn't it?
No, this is a receiver.
No, I mean, it's like not as wide as this, but it's longer.
I have it in here. Ah, there it is. This is the unit I'm talking about. So I bought this about the same time that Chris Silva, the one in your hand. Okay, thank you, Chris. I bought this one the same time I bought my Arma Limitless.
For top speed. Didn't matter how far you were going.
And I got some great video. I don't remember if it was Randy or Ricky or somebody went out with me. And I think the fastest we ever got it to go was like 92 or something like that. And that was on 6S with a 2200 kV. And we'd get 1 or 2 runs out of it. And it would have sucked the 6S out so quick that was it. It would just start bogging and stuff. I'm like, what the heck? And I changed the battery out and I do it again. Oh, no, wait. It ran off of 8S because it was 2 4-cells.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like the X-Max. That's crazy.
Correct. And one time I hit a little dip in the road, and when the suspension rebounded and came back up, the whole car lifted up, did a complete 360, boom, and landed on the wheels and kept going. I'm like, oh, and the guy, whoever's with me, I can't remember if it was Randy or Ricky, but whoever's with me was like, oh, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Well, that's great because it picks it up in distance. You know, I mean, it has a longer chance for speed runs. But this one, it seems to be really consistent. It gets you there.
And even if it wasn't super accurate, it would still give you a baseline. So let's say your car was doing 0.81 of a G, okay?
Right.
And it was really doing 0.89, but that's what this said it was. Well, you know, if you're consistently 0.81, 0.82, 0.81, 0.81, and then you do a change and it's 0.84, you know you've made some kind of change.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And it does. It's like, I think the highest I've ever got a G to pull on this is 2.7.
Okay.
And it will go. It's consistent at like 1.7. That's where my normal launch is.
Okay.
So I don't burn the tires off. That seems to be a good G-force for that. And you can configure that with it. And it tells you if it pulls all the way through the run. If it only pulls halfway through the run, but you're still getting your speed. Okay. It shows your arc because it gives you a graph. Shows your arc at the end of it if it starts dropping off, if you're losing momentum.
So it'll show you right where you hit, and as long as you accelerated, and then the drop off to brake.
Well, no, it won't even show the drop off. It shows 132 feet, you're in the throttle the whole way.
Oh, that's right. You said because you programmed it for 132 feet. Yeah.
And it shows you that graph at up to 132 feet, and it'll tell you if you're
that
flattening out.
That might even be good for gearing. Guys that are like close, but they go out and they gear one or two teeth too high, and they say, man, it feels like it's lost power. And it has because you've lost torque because you've geared it too high, and you can see that curve and then come back down right at the end. Yeah, so that would be cool.
Flat lines, and that's nice. So. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It works.
Thanks.
What else are we talking about?
I don't know. Is there any other questions for the Shark Body, guys? Shark RC Bodies, right here. Go over to Shark RC. Watch this. Is Randy Vieira still watching? If he is, Randy, I'll reach out to you too. But if you're watching this, would you be so kind tomorrow at some point putting this up on the... He does such a good job on the YouTube.
It's going to be able to because it's not on his phone.
Yeah, and we know that because I had to do it one time, and he somehow was able to rip it off of there and put it on YouTube. It's on YouTube, so...
Rip it off. Take it away. Captain, take it away.
Yeah, he's pretty good at what he does. He's set it up. We wanted to do the videos, but I also wanted to have a virtual library of somebody. Like here we are, we're almost a year, 9 months later, after we've started the shows, and even the guy that got into it tomorrow can go onto Facebook or onto YouTube and go, let's see, first I need to know about suspension, and he can watch that.
And that's,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, you get so much out of each one of these episodes. Very, very pretty detailed.
And I think we've gone way and far and beyond. Like look at the DR10. I bought one just to take it apart.
You're giving secrets away.
Yeah.
And it's makes everybody, which is fun because then it's real competition.
I think that the show and the knowledge that I have with my guys is probably at the forefront of what has made so many things get so big so fast, and so many people get so fast. Daily to this day, 9 months later, every week I get 5 to 30 people, so does Rick and Randy, reaching out and saying, hey, I don't have a question for you. I know you're busy. You're getting pounded with questions. I just want to say thanks, man. And we get that all the time. Cool. And that's why we did it. So so for Randy to go above and beyond and put all that stuff on YouTube, that was really cool of him. So, and he keeps that up pretty good. So this one's yours. This one's mine.
Yeah. I know where yours is at.
I don't think
yours is at Jake's Performance.
I don't think that Tim and Randy are Tim, Terry, and Hunter Stewart are watching, so I'll have to call them tomorrow and get one of those things. I just want to, even if I don't use it, it's one of those things I gotta have right now. I just gotta play with it.
They are cool.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you can even put it in a plane, too.
Yeah, that thing.
That looks good.
It does. It looks good, huh? Should we charge it up and go run it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see this thing go. The only problem I have with black cars.
Oh, I didn't think about that at night. At night, we're not going to be able to see it. I don't right now.
I used them on the cash.
I don't.
That was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
I have a welding slag stock of magnesium. but it's gonna light the car on fire. But it's gonna look cool doing it, you know.
Yeah, the thing was flying.
All right, if there's no more questions, guys, again, you can jump on over to Shark RC Bodies and you can pick one of these things up. People that are watching the show tonight are going to be the first ones in line. I'm hoping that Paul's just pissed right now that his phone won't stop ringing. That's why we do what we do. You know, we want to. There's a bunch of different aspects. What does that say?
What?
You
You got your dad going in circles.
It says.
Was I doing this with it? She was doing this with the title. I was trying to read it.
It says last night I watched Christine.
She did. So my daughter, I introduced her to the movie, the 1977 production, The Car, with the black car. Ba, 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 ba,
Oh,
runs
yeah,
people over.
yeah.
And we've watched it like 10 times. She loves the movie. So last night I introduced her to Christine.
It was amazing.
That was a good movie, Christine.
It was. So,
With the car on fire.
Yeah.
Paul's not pissed. But Paul, are you getting some emails and some phone calls? I'm hoping you are. I know that by the time, that's what I was going to say when Paul called me. So when we started this, and I woke up after that first episode, and I woke up and it had 9,000 views. I was like, okay, this has got to be broken, dude. By 8 o'clock the next night, it was to 17,000 views. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. The next show, did the show. By 2 hours after the show, by the time I was going to go to bed, I checked on it, had 1,800 views. Went to bed, woke up the next morning, 7,900 views,
That's
you know?
crazy. Yeah.
And the shows, you know, like I said, we only get 70 to a little over 100 people watching on the show, but by tomorrow morning, this will minimally have 2,000 views on it. So I don't think that the spurt in sales has even started for Paul yet. As this gets passed around and it gets seen, I think this is something that, you know, I know that big companies even work with the racers to the point to where, you know, they kind of collaborate and put together something that they think is going to work or going to be popular, or in a business sense, something that's going to sell, okay? And yeah, of course, I want Paul Peterson to sell bodies, but I also want stuff to be badass, to people go, you know what, dude, that's the freaking body we needed. You know what I'm saying? Or why hasn't anybody done this, you know? And that's what I'm trying to incorporate in the next line of bodies. The next one's going to be way out of the box, okay? And yeah, it's got door handles.
Hey, Daddy.
But don't slam it though. Last night I got my keys locked in the son of a bitch. I had to call AAA. Yes, Emma. I bought her a fart machine today, and all day long she's been playing with it. We even took the fart machine and put it in the microphone so the neighborhood could hear it. Okay. A Chevy Caprice. Yeah, not yet. A wagon. We got a wagon. Get ready, Paul. Yeah. That's right, Frank. All orders need to go through Daniel John. No, don't say that.
Who said that?
Paul, you know what? Sometimes I wish I lived. Did you just lick my ankle?
No, that was my hand.
Okay. I wish I lived close to Paul so that I could go dirt oval racing with him, but I'm a single guy that at nighttime, you know, a lot of times I'm just tinkering in my garage, and I would love it if Paul lived across town. I'd go over and turn on some Leonard Skinner and well, I was going to say something else, but and help him pop some bodies out. You know, he's a one-man band doing this, and he's doing the best he possibly can. He doesn't have anybody helping him with the books or answering the emails that come in all day or making the bodies or getting Lexan. So he's got 6 of the MPRC bodies that we call them squarebacks, the squareback shark.
Right. Don't
want to get bit by one of those, dude. It hurts. Yeah. And now this one is a new addition. And then he's got a whole selection of dirt oval bodies. That's why when we first started this, the first capital that he made was to buy a whole second setup. You know, an oven or, you know, a site port Hoofenhauser injected, you know, whatever it is he does. It's a lot of work. So I'm really, really proud of my buddy. I'm really proud of everybody in the 707, everybody that's building a car right now. I want to say thank you to all the people that watch us and follow us and love our shows and reach out to us. And it really means a lot that this really caught on and we got a huge following. Thank you to my teammates, Randy and Ricky, for their input and their help on the show and keeping it real. I mean, how many other shows, let alone none of them that were out there when we started, that would,
There was none before you guys started, really.
Well, we kind of sparked the other shows.
You kind of see a little...
But
something
I
there,
wanted to
but now
bring
the other
something
shows are
crazy
going on.
to it, too. That's why we'd go outside with an 8-scale buggy and my razor.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
perfect,
saying?
yeah.
Or the time Ricky drag raced the El Camino that came out, the El Camino's Holly had a fucking flat spot in it. It's all blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I know what that is. You know how to set up your carburetor, you know? So we've done some cool stuff on the show. I really love it. I want to do more cool stuff. Maybe stuff with like stuff that flies or like explodes or I don't know, but I want to keep the show going. So
Big blue.
Yeah, I want to do some of that boat stuff. I have one of those Dumas. It's like the length of this table.
dumbass,
almost.
you got a dumbass boat.
It's a dumbass boat.
Dumas was a really.
I'm gonna convert it from nitro to.
That's what I did with that one.
electric,
That thing rips. Yeah.
I mean, it's all there. So.
Paul Peterson says, from the bottom of his heart, thank you everyone for all the support. Cody once says, wild idea. Could you guys make a gremlin body?
Oh, yeah.
Probably not. Okay.
Just stick a bunch of stuff in my shoe.
Hey, Paul Peterson wrote it. He says he'd like to give a special thanks out to all the haters that didn't listen to me when I said I was going to go with a narrow body soon enough. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I was raised that you can like what you like, and even if somebody's got something you don't like, well, you don't have to waste your time bagging on it. Just move on. And unfortunately, that's not a lot of what happens on Facebook. People want to prove, just make the point that you're. Yeah. I saw something like 2 months ago, and they actually, it wasn't a comment, because every now and then you'll get a hothead that comments something, but the guy made a post, and the post says, you know what? I really just don't like shark bodies. And I was like, what?
To take the time to go out of your way and do something
yeah.
like that.
I mean, that's very. Is that where you want to be?
If you don't like it, don't use it.
Is that where you want to be when Jesus comes back? I don't think so.
You don't like it, don't use it.
Yeah. If you don't like it,
there's a ton of other stuff out there.
Yeah.
And guys are making all kinds of things work. So
yeah.
It's not, hey, this is what you have to get and this is what works. It's.
Somebody reached out to me the other day. They have it was a really nice NPRC car made out of a Yokomo SCT truck.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I said, you know what? I think he offered to trade it to me for I was selling something or something. I'm like, no, it's not for me. I got my own stuff. But I will say, I think it's really, really cool what you did there. I said I like people that think out of the box. Right. I went to a local hobby show that there was this guy there, and he had these wicked looking buggies. I mean, they had titanium rods, and they had beautiful shocks and carbon fiber towers, and they looked like a Losi and an Associated got together, and they had a demon love child, and that's what this thing was. It came with the parts to build it either mid motor or rear motor. I'm like, really? Well, I'll ask him. Probably wants a couple $100 for each one. He ended up selling me one for $110.
Really?
It was the Atomic VTM2, and it was a badass buggy. Huh. And I took that buggy and put a dirt oval body on it that I have up there, and I went out to my local dirt oval track and I cleaned house with it. People were like, hey, I'm like, yeah, that's that cheap piece of shit you guys were laughing at, remember? So I like people that think out of the box. I like people. I definitely respect brand loyalty. I mean, with me with Ford, I'm a Ford guy. And if somebody likes something else, people can josh around. But when you start going out of your way to be mean to people, that's just not cool. So yeah, if you ain't repping, get to stepping. That's right, Frank. Now I know what the body is. I'm so glad I pre-ordered mine. Let me put it this way. You had a group of people in the United States that pre-ordered this body within the last 48 hours and begged him, just let us get on the list, let us get on the list. They're like, you don't know what the body is. They didn't even know what it was. They didn't even know what they were buying. Huh. But they said, whatever it is, I want it. And those people... Take your freaking hat off.
Yeah.
Oh. My hat's off to you, really. I mean,
It's
to
been
see a
off.
support. I saw something in these bodies. I mean, that thing. I'm sorry, whether you like it or you don't. That body's just freaking killer looking, man. And it's just, I love it. I love it.
Aerodynamics.
But we are. You don't
What's
want
that guy's name that runs that bug? That silver and blue bug.
I don't know. That thing was pretty cool.
I raced with him in Reno, and then he came down to the race course. But that thing's fast.
It was fast, and I'm not gonna lie. When I pulled it up and I saw somebody with a Volkswagen, I judged a book by a cover, and I'm like, this guy's going out in the first round.
Car's fast.
He went like 6 rounds with that thing. That car worked. It put in work, and I'll never do that again. That thing was rude, dude. So,
can't remember his name.
love everybody, you guys. Love your neighbor. Love your friends. Be thankful for what you got. Yeah, this was not a Ford, and that was actually, believe it or not, was partly my choice. I thought that we had to go with a mainline body that got back to the grassroots of Street Outlaws, the first episode. Who are these guys in the 405? I can't wait. I've been waiting for watching the trailer all week. I want to see, and then boom, you see the Murder Nova, and you see the freaking Crow, Actually, it wasn't on the first couple episodes. He wasn't done with it. Remember, he was building it. He was the race master.
Right. I think it still had. Yeah, he didn't even have the thing all built yet.
And being a Ford guy and building Fox body Mustangs for a living for almost 20 years, I was really excited to see J Concepts come out with the Fox body 2 years ago, and I got one. I mean, I went out a half a race day, and I threw the car in the car, and I grabbed my backup car and went out and ran. It didn't work for me. I've yet to see one of those bodies do a 60-mile-an-hour plus pass. It's an awesome body. It looks ridiculously awesome. I think that what they did is they had squared it out a little bit and gave you a little more room in there, but it was not only super, super narrow, but it was super leaned in,
Your tires were
I had put bandit arms in the front. I have gone from the thick gray hexes to the black ones that are only half the length. I gave myself like 10 degrees of negative. My wheels were like this, and I was still rubbing the body, dude.
So on this one, I'm kind of curious of how much room you're going to have with it being that wide.
What do you mean?
Well, when the tire grows, is it going to hit in here?
No, I don't think it will, because if you look at the center line of the tire, it's inset about 3/4 of an inch. See, if you get up in there and look at the top,
it's like here,
yeah. It stands up very nicely.
So that's about the center. So you got that.
Granted, so what I did is I took some 060 pieces of like 1.5 inches, and I put a slight bend in it, and then I bolted that to the body, and then forced the quarter out a little bit, and then drilled that hole, and then I have these little pieces on either side of this just to hold the body out a little bit, because my car's wide. A lot of the associated guys won't run into that. A lot of the guys that are running those narrower chassis, this thing's going to fit. That's what this was designed after. I couldn't not go the extra mile and do what I had to do to put it on my wide car, because I'm his factory driver. I gotta be able to show it off and not only stand behind the product, but go out and show that it works. And
for sure.
Kelly Rhea is who the VW belongs to.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah.
Kelly, if you see this, my hat's off to you, bro.
Definitely.
That thing's badass, dude. I personally, if I was into bugs, and I was almost thinking to get a bug body for like one of my old cars or something and doing a Herbie.
Oh,
I think Herbie would be badass, dude. A drag racing Herbie. Well, I think that we're dwindling down here. Again, a big shout out to Paul Peterson of Shark Bodies, Troy Schroeder at Phantom, Milo Carvalho at Flash Packs, Steve Negria RCRI, Jamie Garlip for doing the filming. What's up, Jamie Menendez, if you're watching? Randy and Ricky, my teammates, their wives and girlfriends for putting up with us. Rich for being on the show.
Glad to be here.
We'd love to have him back.
You asked me.
Well,
Oh, somebody wants farm truck.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, they already have a C10 body out.
Yeah, but not from Shark.
Well, we want to build winning bodies. Okay? Hey, C10s are cool. I've seen Emma. What are you putting in my?
You'd be surprised.
What are you? Hold on. What are you doing? Hey, come here. What are you putting in my shoes?
Well,
We're
She
signing
just
out.
Yeah.
she just hit the phone.
Enough.
Finally lost it.
What did you put in my shoe?
Just stuff that on the ground.
So like solder and screws and.
No, not
Okay.
Walk around. Man. Walk
Oh,
around.
I just saw the camera fall over. We're just laughing so hard his face is red. Jeffrey Cohn, what this is modeled after, this is called the Scarecrow by Shark RC Bodies. And as you can see, it is just like the Street Outlaw cars, the Scarecrow. It is a narrowed version of a shark body that's got plenty of detail and door handles and just about anything else we think somebody out there could complain of that the body didn't have. So I even, Mr. Cut the Rear Out, even left my rear end to show people. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, so
It does
I don't have
the
any paint
detail
on
you
it.
guys are asking for. It's got
Yeah,
that.
it's got a rear bumper. It's got door handles. It's got a wavy body line. It's got an hourglass figure to it, just like the real car.
She's
Even
got
the door lines
curves.
in it.
Whoa, dude!
Even
I
that-
just came like that
even has
close
a
to
door.
hit you in the head with the wheelie bar, and I didn't even notice it.
That's funny.
He didn't feel
Knock some sense into me.
Paul said I can't make everything. Well, you know what? I feel like you did, Paul. You did a great job. I'm so proud of this body. I'm proud to be.
Fantastic.
I'm proud to be on this voyage with Paul. I'm proud to be his Skywalker to his Yoda. He's just he's really, you know, and that's what when I got out of my thing with Hobby Wing, I made with another local guy, Matt Kidd. He said, you know, the last.
Paul Peterson.
Not right now, Frank. I said to myself, you know, I want to search out and get new sponsors, but I want sponsors that I work with them. I don't want to just be some guy. I want to be a contracted customer where they give me 30% off of something, and I don't. Yeah, it's a good shot right there. She's a bad bitch. Okay, so Frank has a question. Ask me, Frank. I can't take your call right now, but go ahead and ask me. On camera, on speaker. I don't know what that's about. But you know what I like, Frank? Frank, go ahead and call me again. Have him call me again. I mean, my phone is, I can't even, I open one email or one message and 9 come in. I mean, so let's see what his,
Oh, that's what Frank was saying. Have we called out farm truck in Asia and 405 to a no prep RC race? If not, why not? You know those guys would be down. They'd probably even travel out here.
Yeah. What's up, buddy? So let me explain who this is. This is Frank. He's one of the racers up in our sister.
Race master. He's one of
He's
the race
masters up
in
Northern California
Ukiah.
with us here in Sonoma County, up in Ukiah with the right here, Lake MPRC. What's up, buddy?
What's happening, Judd? How is everybody?
You're live with Judd. Go. How's it going, buddy?
What's up, Frank?
I would like to pose a question to all of my 707 guys. If you're watching this, I would like everybody to pull together if we can. And I know there's a lot going on with wildfires and everything, but for those that can,
Hello?
everybody to
No, you're breaking up, Frank. We didn't hear that.
pitch in on.
Frank, repeat yourself. You're breaking up.
I would like to ask all my 707 guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Frank.
Can you hear me now?
He can't hear us.
I want to ask all my 707 guys.
Come on, man. Spit it out.
All right, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes. Hurry up, I'm getting low.
Alright, cool.
I got 5% battery.
I ask all my guys in the 707 to please pull together as best we can. For those of you guys that can hear me, I want everybody to pull together and maybe try to get Farm Truck and Asian. I hear that they have a RC no prep group up there in the 405.
Okay.
I want to try to maybe get those guys out here and get some folks to come down and watch us and maybe charge a small admission fee and donate that 100% all the profits to everybody in the Sonoma
It
County
froze.
or
For the
all
fires.
counties that are being burned out.
No, my phone froze.
And I want it all to go to
There
the
it goes.
Sonoma County.
That would be really, really awesome.
So for whatever my 707 guys can do, I would like everybody to pitch in and challenge those guys for fun and good spirits. Nothing bad, with respect, fellas and gals. I know there are some lady racers out there.
Yes, there are.
I would
Yep.
like everybody to pull together and please try to invite those guys out with respect, but have some fun too.
Yeah, you know, I know a guy named Sean Burr who's a good friend of mine who races with Bodie and a lot of those guys, and I know I can get a hold of him. So let me reach out. I know that I think Ricky Bellotti knows Ryan Martin. So yeah, we'll reach out to him. And if for small chance that they see this, Farm Truck Asian, I'm calling you out. But you're gonna have to come to. We're gonna have to meet halfway for you to race the Crow. The cool thing is
Thanks for helping me out with that. Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
I really respect you and everything. Rich,
You're gonna die.
Okay.
And Randy, I thank every one of you guys for what you're doing for the sport. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Frank. We got to go. The phone's running out that we're filming with. I will get a hold of you. I will get back to you about this very thing.
Paul Peterson is
All right, bud.
All right, bye-bye.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Paul Peterson is
So that would be cool. Hold another big race so that we could get some of these stars from these real drag race shows out here with their NPRC cars and charge an admission and donate it all, just like we did at St. Jude's, to the people that are losing their homes and their photo albums and their, you know, their
all the fire
children's-
victims in Sonoma
Yeah.
County.
So that would be really cool. What are you looking at for battery there?
Sonoma
I
and
have no
Napa
idea,
County.
but it's getting dark.
It is.
It was at 5%.
It's actually looking pretty good though.
My screen's dark because it's losing battery.
Okay, well, we've dwindled down, guys. We got to go. Let's sign off. Episode number 28. Paul, you knocked it out of the park. Everybody else, reach out to Paul. Grab one if you want. If you don't want, that's cool too. Our phone that we're filming with is about ready to die. So thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
Ricky and Randy. Hopefully we'll see you next week. And I will see you guys soon.
Thanks for tuning in.